Hi guys, welcome back to Jay's Kitchen. So today it's very rainy today and it's very cold. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to make ABC chicken soup. So this ABC chicken soup is pretty popular back home in Malaysia, and I've done it a few times and it's really good. But today I'm going to be adding chicken. So I usually make the vegetable soup that only has the veggies. So today I'm going to be adding in chicken and it's going to be super tasty. So let's see what are the ingredients we need to make this ABC chicken soup. So I have here some corn, and I'm not going to be using everything. I'm probably just going to be using about 2 corns, which I'm going to break into half. And I have 1 carrot, 1 potato, and 1 tomato, but I'm going to add in the extra half because I don't want to waste it, so I'm going to put it inside. And then of course I have my bowl of chicken wings and drumstick. You can use whichever you want. You can even use a whole chicken or just a breast, the thighs, and the ones that I have right now is drumstick and also wings. And I'm also going to add in some chicken bouillon, so 1 cube will be fine to add in with the water. So let me prep the ingredients and then we can start cooking. So I've prepped my ingredients. I have all my chicken here, all washed and soaking in a little bit of a warm water. And then also I've added in salt and black pepper, which we were going to season towards the end. And then all my potato, tomato, and also carrot, I've actually cubed them. Not too big and not too small, slightly a little bit bigger. And for the tomato, I've actually skinned them. So you can actually do the easier way where you can boil them in hot water and then immediately transfer to cold water. It will actually shock them and the skin will come out very easily. But since I just didn't have time, I just made it, just peeled it off through using a knife. So, and that's my potato, tomato, and carrots. And here I have my corns. So I've ended up using all my corns. So there's actually 4 of them, which I've actually broke into half. So let's start making it. So as you can see here, I have a big pot where I'm going to make the soup. So I'm going to add in probably about half of the pot with water. Okay. A little bit more than half. So, and then I'm going to add in potatoes, tomatoes, and carrots. Add in everything. Okay, and then I'm also going to add in my corn. Okay, so it's just nice. And here I have my cube of chicken, which I forgot to mention the second time. So I'm going to break this. You can even use chicken stock if you have them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch on the heat. I'm going to wait for this to come to a boil. So I'm going to mix all this up. So the chicken cube hasn't melted because the water is cold. So I'm going to allow this to come to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, I'm going to lower the heat to a sort of shimmering heat, and I'm going to allow that to probably shimmer for another couple minutes before adding the chicken, because as you can see it's really full right now. So I'm actually going to cook this for a while before adding in the chicken. So then once I add in the chicken, I'm actually going to shimmer them for about almost 2 hours. So as you know, some people have different ways of making ABC soup. So here I have only the main ingredients, which is the tomato, carrot, potatoes, and also the corn. And I'm going to add in the chicken, but some people like to add in ginger, garlic, and also onions. So it's always up to you on what you want to add in. And like I said, it's all up to your preference. So right now we're going to allow this to come to a boil, and then we're going to give it another mix. So as you can see, the water has come to a rolling boil. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the heat to a simmer. So I'm going to allow it to simmer for about half an hour until the water evaporates a little bit before I put in the chicken. So as you know, the chicken cooks very fast, so we can always put in later. So for now, I've already lowered the heat to a simmer, and it's going to simmer for 2 hours, roughly about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So until the water reduces a little bit. So we're going to shimmer, and then we're going to put in the chicken in between. So as you can see, the water has already subsided a little bit. It's gone down. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my chicken pieces gently, one by one. So I hope it doesn't go too much. So I'm going to put in extra chicken, so we're going to try to arrange everything on top of it. So during my transfer, I've realized that my pot was too small, so I've decided to change and transfer it to another pot, because the amount of chicken I was putting in was a lot, so it was overflowing. So I've decided to change it, and voila, I have a bigger pot here. So I know you guys must be wondering why I would need so much of soup. It's because my family loves soup, and I have this for 2 days, and I'm also going to be sharing a little bit with my neighbor. So since it's a very rainy day, a cold day, and she would also love to have some soup. So right now I've put it on high heat to allow it to come to a boil. So once it comes to a boil again, I'm going to shimmer it again, because I've just added in the chicken pieces, and I'm going to allow it to come to a boil again. So since my soup is already rapid boiling, so what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to lower the heat to a simmer, and I'm going to allow the soup to simmer for an hour and a half. So it's already been simmering for about 45 minutes, but since I just added in the chicken, so I'm going to allow it to simmer for another an hour and a half. The longer you simmer, the more tastier it will be. So if you can simmer for 6 to 8 hours, heck, it will be more tastier. But I'm not going to wait so long, so I'm only going to simmer it for about 2 to 3 hours. So like I said, it's been simmering for 1 hour, for about 45 minutes. So I'm going to simmer it more, probably an hour and a half or 2. So I'm going to allow it and leave it like this, and then we're going to take it out, add in salt and black pepper towards the end. So right now it's going to be like this, and adding in the chicken bouillon, it's totally up to you. So I'm not adding in any more chicken bouillon, even though I've added more water, because towards the end I'm going to add a little bit salt. So if you like to add in a little bit extra chicken bouillon, it's up to you. So just taste it and see what we'd like to add in. Black pepper, maybe a salt, you can add it in. So it's totally up to you. So right now we're going to continue simmering, and make sure you always keep watching your soup on and off. It might not burn, but you just want to give it a mix on and off. So just keep watching on and off, and giving it a mix or so. So let's wait for another 2 hours and see how the chicken turns out. So my soup has been shimmering for almost 2 hours. So right now I'm going to add in some salt. So you can put in how much of salt you want. And then we're going to give it a nice mix. Make sure we got all the salt. And I'm going to allow this to shimmer for another hour. Like I said, the more you shimmer, the more it cooks on slow fire, the more tasty it becomes. So since I didn't add in a lot of the chicken bouillon, okay, so even if I don't add a lot of salt when I'm having it, I can always add in extra if I want to, if it's not enough. So once you make it too much, then it's hard to go back. So at least even if you add it a little bit less, it's fine. You can always add whenever you want. So I'm going to cook it for another 1 hour, and then I'm going to do another taste testing towards the end. So my soup has been cooking for almost 3 hours. So as you can see, it's already reduced. So what you can do is you can always add in a little bit of black pepper. So I'm going to add in a little bit of black pepper. You can always add in extra when you feel that you want to add in more. Give it one mix. And that's it. Our soup is done. So this is my end result of my ABC chicken soup. So you can even cook it a little bit longer if you want to, but for me 2 hours to 3 hours is just nice. So as you can see, I have a lots of soup because it's very tasty, and you can always add in whatever ingredients you want to, like onions, ginger, garlic, but I've kept everything minimal since I'm sharing it with my neighbors. So this is it. Please let me know how it turns out. Thank you so much for watching me make my ABC chicken soup. So do try it out, let me know how it turns out. And like I said, everything is up to you. You can always add in whatever you want to. So if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up, like my video, share it on your social media among your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rainbows and Butterflies Forever. If you haven't, please click the link that's below, the subscribe button, and also press the notification bell to receive any email notification whenever a video of mine actually comes up on my YouTube channel, Rainbows and Butterflies Forever. So till my next cooking video, take care and have a good day.